Yo, hello again, fight nerds and dirty gamblers. I am Erik. This is Erik Bets Fights. You've already seen me once this week, maybe, but I'm back. Yeah, I decided I'm trying something a little new. We're gonna try something new here. I used to never get my full card breakdown video out until like Friday, sometimes even Saturday morning, the day of the fights. Now that I got a new work schedule, I'm consistently getting that out by like Wednesday usually. And so I figured, if I've got my main piece of content out by Wednesday, there's no reason I can't be putting something else out later in the week. And, a lot of cappers do kind of a props show, that kind of thing. We've got Narco does his Lambo Plays podcast, which is really cool. MMA The Lock of the Night does Propping You Up. And, there's some other folks out there doing a props show. I decided to do something like that, but it's the idea behind this is that it's going to be... It's going to be pretty quick, pretty fast. I'm not going to go through the whole card and give a prop or whatever. So I decided that what I'm going to do, and honestly, this show can be, if y'all watch it, if y'all like it, the show can kind of be what you guys want it to do. I mean, that's what the comments are for down there. If you've got specific things, once I've got my full card breakdown out, if you've got specific things that you'd like me to do later in the week or for this show specifically, just let me know. Hit me up on Twitter or hit me up in the comments. I'm happy to do it. But for what we're going to do today... we're calling this big money bets, props and parlays to line your pockets. I think that's what I put on the cover image there. But so basically what I'm going to do for now, I'm going to give you my favorite 2-leg parlay on the card, my favorite 4-leg parlay, I'm trying to make sure my hands are in front of the camera here, my favorite 6-leg parlay. And obviously they're going to be building on each other. The 4-leg is going to be the 2-leg plus 2 more. Yeah, you get it. So a 2-legger, a 4-legger, and a 6-legger. I wasn't planning to give a full card parlay today. If that's something that you guys want me to do, put it in the comments. Let me know. I can definitely do that in the future, but I didn't plan that for today. And then I started doing a thing on my Twitter recently that I'm calling highly improbable, where I find like one really crazy prop bet, like something that's over like plus 5,000. And so... I want to do something kind of similar to that here. I want to share with you my highly improbable bet, but then also just like a few other props that I've got an eye on the card. And that's basically going to be the show. This one's going to be a little longer because I'm explaining it to you and blabbing a little bit ahead of time because that's kind of what I do. But I'm literally envisioning this show being like a 5 or 10 minute long thing. Although if there's if there's things that you guys end up wanting me to add, it can be longer. But I'm seeing this as just a quick little thing to get out there, just to kind of get some more content out there. Since I got the time to do it and it's fun to do, so I might as well. All right, why don't we start with my 2-leg parlay. The lines I'm going to be giving you here are the lines that I'm going to be giving you up top here are from Best Fight Odds. Wait. I just realized that I kind of screwed something up here, so bear with me. I'm just going to explain to you what I did here. I went through and I put down the lines from Best Fight Odds. No, never mind. We're good. I was thinking I screwed something up. Never mind. Yeah, these lines, the parlay lines I'm going to give you are from Best Fight Odds. I just grabbed the best available line on Best Fight Odds. And then for highly improbable, the lines I'm giving you are from Bet Online because that's where I bet props. The two books I use are Bet Online and William Hill. William Hill doesn't really have props, not very many. So Bet Online is where I do my prop betting specifically. Anyway, so for the 2-leg parlay, you'd think it would be my 2 most confident picks on the card. I'm not going to do it that way today. Sometimes it might be. It just depends on the numbers. I'm not going to do it that way today simply because I don't want the 2-leg parlay to be like 2 minus 400 favorites because then you're just not getting a good payout on that parlay. So I am going to give you my number 1 most confident pick on the card, and I know people think this is crazy because of the variance in women's MMA. If you didn't watch my full card breakdown video for this week, I kind of went off on a rant about the variance in women's MMA, but my most confident pick on this entire card is Manon Fiorot. So my 2-leg parlay for this card is going to be Manon Fiorot at minus 425 and Neil Magny at minus 225. The odds on that are minus 128. So ideally what I'm going to try to do for that 2-leg parlay is get you pretty close to even money. We didn't get all the way there on this one, but minus 128. I think Fiorot is just better than Maya everywhere. I think Fiorot is awesome. I'm not saying she's going to blow her out of the water in round 1 or anything. It might be a somewhat close fight at times, but I really think Fiorot is the better fighter everywhere. People always mention Maya's wrestling. Maya never uses her wrestling, and I'm not even convinced that she's going to have success with it if she does so. And then Neil Magny, I put him in there because I'm very confident in Neil Magny as well, simply because, it's hard for me to envision where Max Griffin might get an upper hand in that fight. And even if he does, I think Neil Magny has the skills everywhere and the fight IQ and just kind of the awareness of what's going on in the ring to be able to change what's happening. If he's getting outstruck, he's going to be able to go to the clinch. If he's not liking how it feels in the clinch, he's going to be able to go to the ground. I think Neil Magny is skilled enough and well-rounded enough and high level enough to be able to dictate where the fight takes place. So then my 4-leg parlay, we're going to add Curtis Blaydes at minus 385 and Askar Askarov at minus 360. And so for that one, we end up with odds of plus 187. So the 4-leg being Furo, Magny, Blaydes, Askarov, we end up with odds of plus 187. As far as brief breakdowns there, what do you need to say about Blaydes? He's a fantastic wrestler. He has the cardio to continue to use that wrestling. I think he is going to be able to take Daukaus down and grind on him. I actually kind of expect Blaydes to probably find a finish here. Actually, we'll talk more about that when we get to the props section. And then Askar Askarov at minus 360. I really think Kai Kara France's only path to victory here is probably finding a KO, and I don't think that's very likely. I think Askar Askarov is going to be very dominant in the wrestling and grappling here, and I think he's going to be able to take Kai Kara France down and just kind of control and dominate the fight from there. So then my 6-leg parlay, we're going to add Alexa Grasso at minus 225 and David Dvorak at minus 120. So what I tried to do there is there are other favorites I could go to on the card. Obviously, there's Khizriev, who's at like minus 1,000. I'm not putting Khizriev in any parlays because what value do you get by adding that minus 1,000? Plus, that's such a low-level fight with two UFC newcomers. I'm not touching a UFC newcomer at minus 1,000. I know some people are. Well, people parlayed him when he was at, minus 300, minus 400. People hopefully aren't still parlaying him now, but you never know. But yeah, I just decided in order to just kind of get that extra value there to bump up the number of the parlay a little bit, I was going to pick one because otherwise we've got big favorites all the way down. Minus 425, minus 225, minus 385, minus 360, minus 225. I figure, you know what? We're going to take one that's got a little bit of a closer number to bump that up for us a little bit. So we're going to go David Dvorak at close to even at minus 120. So then that entire 6-leg parlay, Furo, Magny, Blaydes, Askarov, Grasso, and Dvorak gets us to plus 661. And then, okay, as far as the props, my highly improbable bet for this week, that's the one where I try to get over plus 5,000. That bet is McMahon and Rosa to end in a draw, which I got at plus 6,600 on BetOnline. I did actually bet that one. I didn't put it on my tracked record. I might still. I haven't decided yet, but I put like 0.2 units on McMahon Rosa to end in a draw. My breakdown of that is Sarah McMahon is probably going to win round 1 with her wrestling. Sarah McMahon is probably going to potentially going to win part of round 2 with her wrestling, and then she's going to fall apart later in the fight. So what if we see McMahon come out and win round 1 10-9, win round 2 10-9? Now she's up 20-18, and we go into round 3, and Sarah McMahon gets dog-tired and falls apart, and Carol Hosa is able to have a really dominant round, but not quite able to finish her, but Carol Hosa is able to get a 10-8. Boom, we end up with a draw. So that's why I bet that one. Some other props that I really like, and this one's just a value thing, because like I said, that Khizriev line has gotten absolutely insane. Khizriev is at like a minus 900, minus 1,000. Tululan by KO. If you can find it. My book doesn't have it. My book doesn't have props on this. I looked on Best Fight Odds. You can get Tululan's money line at straight up at plus 600. And I was able to find Tululan by KO on one book at like plus 650 or something, which I wouldn't play that. I don't know. I guess it remains to be seen whether more books are going to open up props on this or whether they're going to open up more props. So I don't really have a number for you on that one simply because it's not really out there, but just something to watch for. I mean, the way the numbers are getting on that fight now, of course I lean Khizriev to win. But if you can get Tululan by KO at something crazy like plus 1,000 or something, it might be worth a sprinkle. Because, he's a big, burly, powerful guy. He's going to be a lot bigger and a lot more powerful than Khizriev. So anything could happen. Tululan could come out with some big punches and clean Khizriev's clock in round 1. Certainly. So if you can get a crazy number on that, it might be worth a sprinkle. Another one I like is Curtis Blaydes in round 3 by submission at plus 2,800. Obviously, we're getting real specific there. I did mention in my full card breakdown that I did sprinkle Curtis Blaydes by submission. Obviously, we don't usually see Curtis Blaydes going for submissions, but part of what I'm trying to do in this prop section is we're trying to find props with big, juicy lines here. So, of course, it's not very likely to happen, because if it was, you wouldn't be getting these big, juicy lines. But, yeah, Curtis Blaydes doesn't typically go for submissions, but I'm just envisioning possibly that he's going to grind on Daukaus for several rounds. We're going to get into round 3. Daukaus is going to be really tired. He's going to be on his back. He's not going to have a whole lot of fight left in him, but maybe he's going to be, he is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Maybe he's going to be trying to scramble. Maybe he's going to be trying to elevate and get out. So maybe in a situation like that, they end up kind of in a little bit of a scrambling, rolling type of situation, and maybe Blaydes is able to find his back and grab a choke. So Curtis Blaydes in round 3 by submission, plus 2,800. And another one, I haven't bet that one. I don't know if I will or not. And then finally, Chris Gutierrez in round 3, which is on Bet Online for plus 1,600, but I bet you can get it. Bet Online, a lot of times the props are not as juicy as some other books. It just happens to be the book that I have. But Chris Gutierrez in round 3 is plus 1,600 on Bet Online. I might actually sprinkle that one simply because I see, Chris Gutierrez is so good with those leg kicks. We've seen him actually get TKO finishes from leg kicks. And, why can't I come up with the name of who he's fighting? Danab Batgari is susceptible to leg kicks. He doesn't really check them. So if Gutierrez is really going wild with the leg kicks, by the time we get into round 3, we could end up with a situation where Batgari's leg is just chewed up. He can't put any weight on it, and Gutierrez finds that leg kick TKO in round 3 for plus 1,600. That's going to be it, folks. That's what the show is going to be for now. Like I said, if there's other things that you want to see me do with this show or other things that you want to see me do in general, go ahead and put them in the comments. But yeah, just as a way to put some other fun betting content out there for you, I'm going to do this big money bets. I'm going to probably try to do this on Thursdays or Fridays, give you those parlays, give you those props. But anyway, best of luck with your betting, everybody, if you decide to tail any of these. Oh, I should always give my disclaimer. I am not a professional gambler. I am not a gambling expert. I am just a fight nerd who likes to bet on fights. I am not telling you how you should bet your money. I'm just telling you how I'm betting mine. So if you tail me, you definitely do so at your own risk. And I don't even recommend that you do tail me. I always throw that out there too. There are a lot of fantastic gamblers out there putting their content out into the world for free, putting their bets into the world for free, people that you can tail who are a whole lot more successful at this than I am. So anyway, I'm just doing this for fun because I like to do it. So anyway, that's what I got for you this week. Thanks so much for hanging out. Make sure to check me out on Twitter at Erik Bets Fights, right here on YouTube, of course, Erik Bets Fights. Also, I am now on Instagram at Erik_Bets_Fights. Whew! Once again, folks, I am Erik with Erik Bets Fights, reminding you to play it smart, play it tight, and let's grow those bankrolls. Thanks so much, everybody. Enjoy the fights this week.